Hey lighting fanatics, today I'm going to show you these two fluorescent wraparound light fixtures that I have here in my bedroom. I use these on occasion when I want a little bit more light in here, maybe for cleaning and stuff like that. These look pretty well, they're pretty bright. So, in this video, we're going to go ahead and take a look at each of these fixtures and then we'll turn them on. So we'll start with this one over here. This is a Lithonia Lighting Fluorescent Wraparound light fixture that I got at a restore over a year ago. This is one of those cheap residential grade ones that's really low profile. You can see there, it's only about as tall as my finger there, and the actual lens sits inside the fixture. Just kind of supports itself on the ends of the fixture. This fixture was originally 2-lamp F40T12, and it had one of those really cheap, low power factor Magnetek rapid start ballasts in it that underdried the lamps very horribly. And that ballast only lasted like a few days actually, and then it stopped starting the lamps. You had to like touch them to get them to start. I don't know if that was something wrong with the ballast or what, but I swapped that out with a universal Magnetek ballast high power factor rapid start, still 2-lamp F40T12, and that worked for a while until I accidentally bumped this fixture one time and just came crashing down right onto the floor. And I don't know if that directly affected the ballast or not, but not too long after that, the ballast just quit. It just lit the lamps very, very dimly. And then it only started lighting one lamp very, very dimly when I started replacing the lamps. So that ballast is not working anymore. So that kind of sucks. But anyway, I ended up replacing that ballast actually just about a month ago with a really cool ballast. It's a 2-lamp F32T8 rapid start magnetic ballast from Valmont Electric. Yes, such a thing as a Magnetek F32T8 ballast does exist. Believe it or not, I know a lot of people seem to think that electronic ballasts are the only option for the F32T8 lamps, but that's not true. In fact, when the F32T8 lamps were first coming out in the early 1980s, there were no electronic ballasts, so you had magnetic ballasts for them, which is really, really cool. So I've got one in this fixture now. I'll put a picture of it up on the screen. But yeah, this fixture runs two F32T8 lamps now, which is really nice because they're a lot better fit for this fixture. The T12 lamps were really kind of crammed in there, and it was hard to get them in and out, but the F32T8 lamps have plenty of clearance, as you can see there. Well, let's actually take a look at the two lamps that we have in this fixture. We got one GE F32T8-SPP30-ECO, and down here we got a slightly older SP41 version. Those are my only two working F32T8 lamps that I have. So they're the ones that are in here. But yep, here's the first fixture. It is a 2-lamp F32T8 Lithonia Lighting Wraparound Fluorescent Light Fixture. This fixture is a Metalux WN series wraparound fluorescent light fixture. I got this fixture for free back in February from an antique store that was getting rid of it. I was asking them if I could have a different fixture that was installed there. It was a 6-foot strip light, but they didn't let me have that fixture. But instead, they let me have this one. I guess they were already going to get rid of it or something. I don't know. But anyway, I have this here. Got it for free, which was really awesome. The ballast that's in this fixture is a really interesting electronic ballast. It's a program start electronic ballast for two F40T12 lamps. But it's not quite like a normal program start. It kind of has a weird startup. It doesn't just preheat the ends. I'll show what the startup is like later on in this video, but it's pretty interesting. But that was not the ballast that I got this fixture with. It actually came with an advanced electronic rapid start ballast 2-lamp F40T12, and that ballast was completely dead. When I got this fixture, it did not work at all. And there must have been a magnetic ballast in this fixture at one point as well, because there was tar inside the ballast channel when I got it. So obviously there had to have been some kind of magnetic ballast in here at one point that got a little bit too hot and then started leaking tar. And then that ballast eventually failed and ended up being replaced by that dead electronic ballast. So it's kind of interesting because this fixture had at least 3 ballasts in it, and this fixture has had 3 different ballasts in it. But anyway, I'll go ahead and show the lamps that are in this fixture. Of course, this diffuser is just the standard style that just clips on the side. You can see there's the clip thing that it clips onto. So I'll get that removed and we'll take a look at the lamps in this fixture. There we go. So the first lamp here is a GE F40C50 lamp. And I actually got 2 of these lamps with the fixture. However, one of them was at the end of its life. It was kind of flickering and snaking and doing all that madness when I got it. So I actually ended up making a video of frying that lamp out quite a while back. Of course, I'll have a card up on the video here if you want to see that video. But this lamp is still good, this F40C50. So I have it in use in the fixture it came with. And then the other lamp here is just a cool white utility thing. These are C41 lamps, the cool white utility, which is a modified cool white deluxe lamp that isn't quite so purplish in color. But other than that, it's the exact same thing, still dim, and it still has a high CRI. So that's the lamps that are in this fixture. In order to power these fixtures, I just have them wired up to power cords. As you can see there, just regular plug-in cords. And they eventually go into this smart plug here, which allows me to easily turn them on, even from the Amazon Echo. Then there's the little power strip thing that they plug into. And then the extension cord just kind of runs through the closet here to get to the other fixture there. So that's how I have these wired up so I can turn them on. Well, anyway, suppose it's time to take a look at these fixtures starting up. Alright, I have the camera set up such that you can see both fixtures at once. So in 3, 2, 1, we'll go ahead and turn these on. 3, 2, 1. And there you go. Of course, this fixture over here is just a standard rapid startup, and this one over here has the program startup, which I'll give a closer view of in a second. We'll turn the exposure down and do that again. I always like to turn the exposure down for startup so you can see the startup better. And there you go. So now I'll go ahead and take a look at these fixtures starting up individually. We'll start with the Lithonia fixture over here. Of course, just our standard rapid startup. We'll do that again, but with the exposure on the camera turned down. Just your typical fade on. Very nice. Now we'll take a look at the Metalux fixture over here. And you can see the very interesting startup. So the lamps start off turning on very dimly, and then the one on the right there kind of goes out, while the other one stays the same, and then they both spring up to full brightness. So very interesting startup there. Do that again, but with the exposure turned down. Very unique. I've never seen another ballast that starts up that way. You can see just how bright these fixtures make the room here. They definitely do a very good job. Even though there's no fixtures over here, we still get quite a bit of the fluorescent light. So, very nice. Of course, we have our flicker bands from this fixture right there because of the magnetic ballast, which flickers at a different frame rate than the camera. So you get those bands on the camera. Of course, those are invisible in person. This fixture, of course, has the high frequency electronic ballast. So it's not that the frequency is not different from the camera, it's just that the frequency is so fast that the camera can't really pick it up. Well, with that, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing these two fluorescent wraparound light fixtures that I have here in my bedroom. The Lithonia Lighting Wraparound fixture and the Metalux Wraparound fixture. Well, if you enjoyed what you saw, be sure to leave a like down below. Feel free to leave a comment. And if you want to see more cool lighting videos in the future, be sure to subscribe. See you next time.